Hi, I'm David Eva.
And I'm Sarah Eva, and we're on our dairy farm on Tregarrick Farm in Cornwall.
Here we milk 168 cows at the minute through 3 Lely Astronaut A5s. Our average cow yield 12,800 and butterfats are currently 4.15 and proteins 3.45.
We currently supply Arla and we calve all year round.
It was taking us around 2.5 hours to milk morning and evenings. And we just thought at the time, my dad was doing a lot of milking and he was in his 70s, so we thought a way of freeing up with the robots, it's something that we could do, manage easier, more flexible.
And we felt with a family, it would be more flexible for the family and the young children that we've got.
The main benefits since we've been up here really is that we've had an increase in yield. It was around 10,600 average prior to moving up here, and it's better all round. It's the flexibility of it, that you aren't tied to certain times, that you still need to be quite involved, but you aren't tied to your 2 milking times each end of the day.
Since we've moved from the parlour to the robots, I'm able to come up and the children can quite happily ride their bikes around the shed and be milling around, and I can do a few jobs while I'm up here, whereas with the parlour that wouldn't have really been an option because the children wouldn't have been safe just in the pit all the time. So it's really good that I'm more involved and more as a team and have the flexibility as a family.
The thing I like the most about the robots is the consistency of it, that every cow's treated the same, it's milked the same. I like the quarter milking at the robots. I noticed the big difference when we moved up here is that there was cows that was fidgety in the parlour, that they've come up here and then they're not, and I put it down to the quarter milking, so that they aren't being milked out onto a quarter of no milk. And it's just the consistency that it does the same thing every time. The daily routine with the robots is fairly similar in the mornings. It's a case you come up and you sort of check the robots first, collect any cows that need collecting, which is obviously a lot quicker than it would be to milk. And then you sort of do your daily checks, and then you feed them, and then go round with the sawdust. So that bit's relatively routinely in the morning, but then in the rest of the day then you can just leave it and you can go off and have your day and carry on. And then in the evenings you come back and do your evening checks as well and collect any late cows, but you're not tied to a time. You could do that at 4 o'clock, you could do it at 10 o'clock. You're not governed by that fixed time. It's a different way of milking cows, and you've got far more data that you can go by, and I feel you manage the cows a lot better.
Following looking at various sheds, we sort of combined lots of ideas, and when we built the shed, we wanted to make sure we had a sick pen for any cows that were maybe slightly lame or a bit under the weather. So any cow that's in the sick pen, we've got a nice mattress bed for them, and that they can still independently access Robot 1, and the robot will just let them come through and they can come back to the sick pen, which is really good for keeping an eye on her. We've also got a large separation area, so if we've got the vet coming to do a herd health or the foot trimmer coming, we can tell the robot to pick out the cows we want, and then we might go off and do some jobs, and then when we come back, probably 80% of them have been picked out and they're at the back ready and waiting for when the vet or the foot trimmer arrives, which definitely saves time. I think the startup for us was a really positive experience. We were really fortunate. We had lots of friends round and we had like a rota, and it was a really sociable, quite fun experience. I think when we got to the end and we took the gates down and the cows took to it, a lot of our friends were a bit disappointed because they enjoyed coming. We enjoyed the social side of it. We always had plenty of food and drink up here. We brought the barbecue up, and it was a really positive experience. And I think if that's what's holding you back, don't let it. I think milking through robots is definitely a better way of managing cows. I think you can look at the individual cow a lot more, and I think with all the data you get from the robots, that's how you can see the individual data. But then as far as the shed goes, we had the cow comfort there. Now we've added fans and cow brushes, and I just think they're a lot happier. They're producing more, and I think that's why our yields are there. The aisles are much wider than they were before in the old setup, and it's given them a lot more room, and I think they're generally a lot happier.
We wasn't weren't using any herd management technology before, and now since we've got the robots that are on the Lely horizon, and we found that's been a big benefit, that you've got all the cow information. As you go past a cow and you sort of think there's something not quite right, you can pull up all its data just on your phone. You can see what stage of lactation she's at, you can see her rumination, you can see her activity. So you've got all of that, and it shows you so much more than you could have seen without it. That you've always got an insight into what the cows are doing at any given time.
So we were able to go on our first abroad holiday with the children this year, which was really lovely, and we had 6 nights away in Turkey, and everything at home was fine, and we could keep an eye on horizon, and if anything flagged on horizon, we could phone the people that were helping and flag things with them, and they were able to sort it, which was brilliant.